guys, it's your main man, H Cortez here, financial health mentor to the working class, coming to you with this training on how to build a nice, neat, clean, professional-looking website using Weebly or some other free platform. There's just a couple keys that you need to have. Now, I'm assuming that you've already thought about what you want your brand to be and what you want it to represent. I'm assuming that you've already done the research and you know what your target audience is. I'm assuming that you already know what your keywords are for your to help you reach that target audience. I'm assuming that you've done all of the preliminary work that will help you build a successful brand. If you have not, then let's get together and we'll talk about how to identify some of those things so that you can have success when you are building this site. So really quickly, when you're starting out and you just want an online presence, there's 3 pages that you have to have on your website. You simply want the home page, you simply want the About Us page, and you want the Contact Us page. And those are the only 3 pages that you need up front. And then I will also add that if you take my method, then you will also need a blog page. See, what we're going to get into the first section of this training is about picking your theme. Now, you can pick a blog theme if you like to blog and you're going to be writing every day on that blog or at least 3 to 4 times a week on that blog. That's great. That's a great way to continue to feed good content, fresh, new quality content to the search engines, and that can help you build your brand. But if you are not, if you're simply trying to just create an online presence so as you're sharing your opportunity with people, they can have a place to find you online, then I would not recommend you use a blog, especially not as your home page. I would have a home page, Contact Us, About Us, then a blog page. The difference is the blog page will be your main home page if you do it the other way around, meaning your last blog will be the first thing that people see when they come to your site. And I think you should have a home page, a static home page, and make that the first thing that people see, because you can tell them a lot more about yourself, because who knows what your last blog post was about, right? And you don't want that to represent your home page. So let me get you to some, let's get to the screen share, and I'll share with you a couple of the themes that they have on Weebly, and then show you how you can update and manipulate those strings to make the website fit you and your brand. So in 1 second, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, welcome back. Now, we talked about, hopefully you guys know what your target audience is. You come up with a name for your brand and all of that kind of stuff. The next thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to have to pick a theme for your website. Now, here's the deal. When you choose a theme, I'm going to show you the themes, but the last couple times I've been trying to do this, they were freezing up on me. All the themes is kind of giving you an outline of what it would look like. These are tall headers. You can manipulate the size of the header, remove the header, and all of that kind of stuff. But we're going to pretty much customize our homepage anyway. But this gives you an idea of what different types of themes that you can use. And these are the background images for those themes. But of course, you can change those background images as well. But what you're really looking at in the theme is where the logo for your site is going to be displayed and the menu. Everything else can be pretty much changed. So when you choose a theme, just take a look at how it's presented. See here, the name of your company or your brand can go here. Here's your menu, and then here is your header, and then you can also add text and things like that on your actual header. So I've already chosen the theme. I believe it was this one. So we'll jump over to my site editor and show you how to edit your site. Now, don't be alarmed. As we talked about before, when you choose a theme, the first thing they're going to do, every website now is taking on the form of a blog. So when you come here, you see this is actually a blog. So, and I just used a video to take up the space on the blog. But you'll see that very simply, you can have a really clean website. You can change the theme. I didn't change the background picture, but I'll show you guys how to do that. But my name on my site is Financial Health Mentor. My tagline is Building Wealth Has Never Been So Fun. And then this particular blog title is What is Income Shifting? And I have my video there that explains what income shifting is. You'll notice, which also helps make your blog look a lot better, is when you have ads and banners running along the side of your blog. And of course, you're with myEcon, so what better ads and banners to have than products and services that you get commission on if someone were to go through and make the purchase. And then these automatically come on every site where people can instantly like your stuff via Facebook, or they can tweet out your content as well. But again, we don't necessarily want a blog to be our home page. So in order to fix that, you're going to actually have to add a page and change and make that page your home page. So in other words, what you're doing is you're going to build a static home page from scratch and then move this, which is currently the home page, and change it to the blog page. So what you're going to do is you go to pages here. And then this was set to my blog. So, and then what you're going to do, see, if I've already changed this to a blog because I added a static home page, but I deleted it because I want to show you how to do it. So then you just hit the plus sign that will add a page for you. You're just going to add a standard page. You go to add standard page. It's going to ask you to title that page. So this page for me is going to be home. Now, if you're doing this and you haven't changed the name to your home page to blog already, then change this one to home 1 so you'll know exactly what it is that you're doing. So home 1, or change it to home page. That way you'll know which one you want to be your home page. So I've got my home page here, and then all you have to do is, obviously you don't want to hide it from your navigation. You want to make it a part of the navigation menu. And then I like short headers. So I'm going to shorten the header, and all that means is this portion right here, it's wide. That means when people come to the home page, they'll have to scroll down a bit to see what your home page is all about. So if I shorten that header, it shortens it. Now my content on my home page is above the fold, what we call this line right here is the fold, meaning anything below this line, they're going to have to scroll down to see. So we want some content above the fold, and that's why I like to shorten that header. So, and then you simply hit save, and then it asks you where do you want to position this home page in relationship to the rest of your pages. I want the home page to be the very first page. So all I do is drag that up. So now in my menu, you got home page, you got about page, you got contact me page. I do have a partner with me page. I'll show you why a little bit later in the training. But then my blog page, I have this one hidden, so you won't see this on my menu just yet. And I'll show you why I have the partner with me page. But you guys are marketers, so you can figure that out why that page is important. But the three main pages is home, about me, contact me, and then a blog page is not necessary, but if you want to have one, then you certainly can. So now that it's saved, now I'm going to go into build, where I can actually edit this page. Now, this page here is a blank page. Only thing that carried over from this page was the name of my site. First thing you want to need to do, I'll go in here and add my tagline. And then you're going to choose the layout for your actual home page. Remember, this is the very first page that people are going to see when they come to your site. So choosing the layout is important. I moved the wrong one. Choosing the layout is important. So you have all of these different types of layouts that you can choose for your home page. Now I'm going to choose, I like to have something that gives me a place to put a nice image or a video. And then, so I choose this one because it gives me this nice area right here that I can change this image and put a video if I want. And then it gives me text area. And you notice this is all above the fold. So right here, if there's a video of me playing, explaining, welcoming people to my site, that's great, because as soon as they come to my site, they see the name of my site, they see my tagline, and they see the video that I want them to see right off the bat, plus the text that goes along with that site. And then that should be enough information to make them want to scroll down. So once they scroll down, they will see the other images that I have on my site and things for them to click on and click through to. So that's how you get that done. So you notice this is now my home page. Move this out of the way. This is now my home page, and I have my About Me page, I have my contact, and then I have my blog page. So again, those are the only pages that you need out the gate. I've added a Partner With Me page so that you can explain to them what it is you're doing, what myEcon is all about, and give them the option to choose to learn more, or they can sign up with you right from this site. So that is step 2. You go ahead and create a static home page. That means you have to add a page, make it your home page, change the original home page, which is actually a blog. You change that and retitle that to a blog, and then you choose your layout of what you want your actual page to do. So I'm going to pause here for a second, and then we will get into the next step, which is building out the actual page so that you know how to manipulate, how to add elements, how to add videos, and all of that sort of stuff. So give me 1 second, and I will be back with you in 1 moment. Okay, guys, so the question is now, how do I change all of this to incorporate my brand? You guys know that when it comes to images, I've taught you before that you can use canva.com to find everything that it is that you need to find on, or create images that you can use for things like this. So notice this is an image. I always teach that when you're branding yourself. So you want to have an image of yourself here or your family, a nice inviting photo that lets people know a little bit more about what the site is about. So you can change that image here. But the one thing you want to know before you change this image is, what is the dimensions of this image? Because you want the image to fit exactly. So if you right click and go to inspect element, it's going to bring up the code related to this particular page. So what I'm trying to find is the actual header. What is the size of the header that is displayed? Now, believe it or not, this entire header is actually a background picture. So it's bigger than this. It's just displaying a portion at the top. But we want to create an image in Canva that fits this dimension that is displayed here. That way you don't have to try to move the image and all of that kind of stuff. So let's see, contact page, divider wrap. So here is the, so if you look, as I hover over here, I want to direct your eyes to this little box as it appears here, and it's going to tell you what that, the dimensions of that actual space is. So that header space is 1120 by 331. So that's the dimensions of this area right here, and that's what I need to know. All of that other stuff is really gibberish to me. So, but I need to know 1120 by 331. And the reason that's important is when I come into Canva, if you're not familiar with canva.com, look at some of our trainings on how to create images for your site, your your fan page, your YouTube channel, or whatever. So it allows me to create an image with a custom dimension. So I'm going to 1120 by 331. And then I select design. So it's going to bring up a template that is exactly those dimensions right here. So now I can create exactly what I want my image to be. So I'm going to minimize this just a little bit because I know what the image that I'm going to use is a big picture that I want to cover that entire thing. Now, we're talking about, my site is about wealth. So what I want to do is go and grab a image that I use that's basically money. So there's one that's a spiral money, but that's not the one that I like to use. And all of these images are images that I uploaded to Canva, and that's best if you upload your own images, or else you'll be paying for images that Canva already have uploaded. So here is the image that I like to use, but obviously it doesn't fit, so I'm going to have to stretch this out to make it fit what I like to. And I always like to have my clock in there with the dollars, because for me, time is money, right? And basically, what this image says to me is that I am not only looking for financial freedom, but I also want time freedom. So I kind of want the image of the clock to be over to the left, because I'm going to put my image over here. So I have some images right here of myself where I've already blown the background out. Again, if you missed some of the training on how to remove a background using something as simple as PowerPoint, then let me know and we can get you training on that, because that's how you get that to look that way when you remove that image. And there it is there. And then the other thing that I could do, so with this one, I'm going to actually reduce the transparency a little bit, because I'm going to put some text on top of this, and I'm going to show you how that works. So if I cut the transparency back a little bit, so it still shows a picture of Ben Franklin, but when I add my text, now that's just more background and not so much in the forefront. So then I simply add my text. Now remember, the name of my site is Financial Health Mentor, and I could actually use the name of the site, but I think I'm going to remove that and add my own text in this graphic. Come on. So that again is the name of my site. Now you should be, have site colors and things of that nature. I haven't picked a color scheme that I want for my brand just yet. But when you do that, then everything that you do, you're using a color palette, maybe 3 or 4 different schemes. So that is the default palette. I can actually change that if I want, but I'm just going to go here, and I do like to use the blues. So I'm going to go here and change that to a blue like that. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my tagline. Another good thing that I like about Canva is that when you start looking at these grids and things, they help you get everything centered where you want them and all that kind of stuff. So if you can see right there, it's telling me exactly where to put this if I want it to be centered with Financial Health Mentor. And aesthetically speaking, that's always good to have, nice aesthetically looking designs, because it gives it a more professional feel. But what I want to do is blow this up a little bit more so it stands out a little bit more pronounced. I have made it too big because I don't want it to go down to the next line. I want it on one line. There we go. So I can do something like that. Come on. And you see it's running off the page there on me, and I definitely don't want that. I kind of want it something like that. And the reason I did that is because I want my tagline to be a little bit bigger, but if my the site name was smaller, then I couldn't, it wouldn't justify that. So now I can make that a little bit bigger. And then if I move it, it's going to let me know where it is centered to Financial Health Mentor. And see what was the next size down for a Financial Health Mentor, because I think that is too big still. So what does 48 look like? Two. See if I can do that. Yeah, see, I can't go in between, and that's what I don't like. 56 is a little bit big, but here's the trick. If 56 is big there, then I can change the font, and maybe 56 is smaller with a different font. So let's just check out a couple and see if it makes it a little bit smaller in one of the other fonts. But I still want a font that's somewhat bold though. Okay, so that's pretty cool. You see that one? It moved it, it just shrank it just a little bit. It's not a big change, but just enough. And so I can add that right there. I leave this space because maybe I want to come back and click here to get a free report or something, because you're always trying to build your list and capture people's email addresses. So I could add something to that degree right here. Maybe a button or something, but for now, for the sake of time, let's just go ahead and take that like it is, download it, and then I'll just go back to Weebly and we'll upload it, and I'll show you what it actually looks like. All right, so it's downloaded, it's saved. So now what we do is we go back into our Weebly website editor, go in here, hit edit image. When I edit the image, I go down to the bottom. It says change image. I say yes. And then it says I want to upload an image. I don't want to use an existing image. All right, then I just hit upload. Brings up my different folders. I go into my download folder where I downloaded that image. And I can't remember what was the first thing. If you don't label your images in Canva, it kind of just goes to the first word that you type as a label. So I think I typed financial first. So maybe it's one of these up here. There it is. So it adds that image. You'll see it change here in a second. And it should fit perfectly. All right. And if I hit save, and it's asking me if I want to save this to all the pages, or if I want to just save this to the home page. I like to just save it to this page only, because my other pages, I typically don't have the header follow over. But if you want to save this and keep the header on all pages, you're certainly welcome to do so. So for now, we'll just save to all pages and just hit save. Yeah, save to all pages. All right, where did my image go? What happened there? Not sure what happened, but I do know I need to take this off. I don't know where my image just went. Let me see, let me see. Maybe I did something wrong on that. There it is. All right. So there's my image there. What I'm going to do is grab, go out to another site, another tab rather, so we can see what it actually looks like. So there it is. So this is what it actually looks like. Now I don't like that, because now that I'm looking at how it's lined up. So what I'll do is I'll go back and change and edit the picture, and then bring the Financial Health Mentor down, make it smaller, make the tagline smaller, because I don't like the way it runs into the menu here. And then I believe I can go and turn that off, where this doesn't show right here, the name of the site. But again, nice picture of me, so they see consistency. If they're watching my videos and jump over to my website, they can see some consistency there. So I'll go back and change that, but there's no need to do that now. But that's how you add photos, and you can kind of go back and forth until you get what you want and get it positioned the way that you like it. And it's as simple as that. And then your brand is there, it's clean. And then the format that I saved that picture to, I could have saved it in a different format and made it a little bit cleaner. So those little things that you learn as you go, but that's how you change and start building the page to get it to look the way that you want to look from a graphic standpoint. Now, how do you get this stuff looking the way that you want it to look? Well, for text boxes, this is what this is, this element. See, all of these different boxes, they're called elements. So all of these different things you can do different things with. This is a text element, so that's where you will put your text. So I'm just going to go real quick and just add. I'm not going to do it that way. Just add some text real quick so you can see how you can manipulate that. And welcome to So I would obviously put a little bit more thought into what I want to say here, but you can see that's where your text will go. And this is just like manipulating windows. If I wanted the text to be bigger, I can increase the size of the text. I don't want it to be that big because I don't want this box to be bigger than this box. I want that to be pretty even. I can go in and change the text and all of that kind of stuff, change the text color. But I'm okay with that being the way that it is, just like that. So welcome to my site. My name is H Cortez, also known as Financial Health Mentor to the Working Class. On this site, you'll find practical yet proven strategies designed specifically to help working class people build wealth. That's important what you put there, because remember, you have about 3 seconds to capture someone's attention, to let them know exactly what this site is, and make them want to stick around and read more. If they don't stick around, then they're not going to find out about what it is that you do. Now, this element is an image element, right? And that just basically means you can have someone, you can put your image there. I'm a video guy, so I don't want an image element. I want, so if I go to build, these are all of your elements. So that was an image element. If I slide this over here, then that's going to put an image right next to that box. If I slide this, this is a slideshow. If I want rotating images on that box, that's a slideshow. I'm a video guy, so you guys already know what I'm going to put here. So I'm going to put so you see this little blue line right here up and down? That's telling you where the element is going. I want it side by side with that text element. So when I put it in, it's going to put it side by side just like the image element was. Now I can put a YouTube video in there. All right. And that's exactly what I want to do. I'm going to grab a YouTube video real quick. Go to my channel, of course. Again, you're branding yourself. So there will be plenty of places to put other videos in there, Brian Bean's videos, the peek and pass videos and stuff like that. You can always direct them to other things, but this is you branding you. So the very first video, if you're going to use video, should be you in a welcome video. And just welcome them to your site, tell them what your site is all about. And that way they get to know who you are. I do have a welcome video in here somewhere. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to find it. So all right, so we're just going to pretend that this is my welcome video. I'm just going to copy the link, go back into the Weebly editor. Once you click on an element, then it will give you the option to edit that element. So you see it asks me to plug in the video, plug in the link here. Where do I want this to be positioned within that element? I want it to be centered. If I go to advanced, it asks me some other things about the size of the YouTube video, YouTube video ID, which already is inputted in there. Audio, what do I want to do with the audio and all that, but none of that's important. Just hit, if you're using a video, you got it on YouTube, just add it. And you see now I have the makings of a pretty clean, solid looking homepage for my website. All right, and down here, what can you put down here? Well, it depends on what it is that you want to do. If I want to put, let's see, so I change the text to the power of income shifting. So what do you think I can put here? Oh, you know what? Let's do this. I can use a peek and pass video right here. So I can go W2 versus 1099. All right. So of course you want to give thought into what it is that you're putting on here. You want titles and things of that nature to be catchy and all that kind of stuff. So again, this is an image element. But if I want people to stay on my site, that's another reason I use video, because when they come to your site and watch a video, the more people stay on your site, the more authority and popularity your site is given by the search engines. So all of that stuff is calculated very carefully. So if I just delete that element, which is what I want to do, then I want to come in and add a YouTube video element. But keep in mind, you have to know where you want that element to go. So again, I want this element to go on top of that text. And it's going to push everything else back down and put it exactly side by side with the rest of the element. So everything looks uniform, right? So now I'm talking about, all right, so it erased my text when I moved that element. So W-2 versus 1099. Now, that's not going to catch most people, but people who are aspiring business owners, they know about the 1099 and they know about the W-2. So when you put that there, you're targeting a specific group of people. Or I can put something more broadly to target even more people. And I can say something like jobs versus business, right? So, and then there, I'm going to go and grab the YouTube video that goes with that title. And then, guys, you should have your own YouTube channel, and everybody should have Brian's videos and all of the videos that we use, the Peek and Pass videos and all of those things on your own channel. All right, and there it is. Because it's cool to use the video link that I share with you. But keep in mind that if someone clicks on that video and they read the description of that video, whose contact information is in that video? If you said mine, you would be correct, right? Because I'm branding me. So you definitely want to have your own YouTube channel so that you can reap the benefits. Maybe you share the video with somebody and they share it with somebody else, and they share it with somebody else. The third person that gets the video, they don't know to come back to you. They're going to look at the description and contact me and say, hey, I saw this cool video, man. You got more information on that? And I'm going to certainly say yes. And how do I know that that came from one of your leads? So you want to have your own YouTube channel. We got trainings on how to set that up. If you're not familiar, let us know and we will help you get that set up. So if you want to know more about how to apply these strategies, below. So that button says join now. I can change the text on that button, but I hit here and I'm gonna hit publish, and then we're gonna go back to what it looks like so that you can see what my home page now looks like. As you can see, when I hit refresh, my home page is starting to look like a real wealth building website that people can come and find all of the information that they need on these strategies, right? So super, super cool, super easy to do. Guys, I hope you are getting this. In the next part of the video, I think everybody pretty much has the elements and how to design and how to manipulate, and you can certainly learn more. Just go to YouTube and click on how to build a Weebly site, and there's tutorials all over the place. But next, we're going to talk a little bit about what goes on in the background, SEO of your pages, and how to make sure that you're putting this information in for each and every page so that people, so that the search engines know exactly what your page is all about. And when they know what your page is all about, then they will index your page properly so that when people are searching for wealth building strategies and financial health mentor and all of that, they know how the search engines will put your information in those search results. So that's that. And so in the next part, we'll talk a little bit about the SEO and the background things that you need to have set up so that you can make sure that your site will be found. Again, in the beginning, you will be sending people to this site. But as the site continues to grow and evolve, you want people to start finding this site, because the whole reason that we're branding as myEcon Associates is because as myEcon grows, more and more people are going to start searching and looking for people to join in myEcon, and you want to position yourself to be one of those people. Okay, guys, we're going to continue on with the build out of the website. Again, just to recap, 3 pages is all you need. About the home page, about me, contact page. When you choose your theme, it's going to be set up as a blog. So I showed you how to create a new page, make the new page your home page, because you want a static home page and then have a blog on the back end if you so choose. The homepage, about us, contact page is most important. If you want to add a partner with me page, I'll show you mine and the importance of having one. But the 3 pages are critical, and you take your time and get those set up first, and then you can add a partner with me page. By then, you will be really proficient in moving and manipulating the the elements and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so you can really build it out. And then as you continue to build, you can add a services page and list out all the myEcon services and give a good solid description, and you can earn income when people go through and click that kind of stuff. So really important, I want to go to this other phase so that you know the importance of taking care of the back end of your site. So basically what you're going to do is, traditionally you're in and you're building a page, and we showed you how to get the page to look the way that you want it to look. So now on the back end, you have to make sure you put in your tags, your description, and your page title. And this is the information that shows up when someone searches for your page or someone Googles your name or your brand, and this is what you want them to see. So basically, you're going to do this for each and every page. So we've so far only built the home page, and then I had the About Us page, so I can show you that. But not the About Us, but the Partner With Me, because I want to show you how I do that and use that to my advantage. So when you to change the background on your page, you're going to go to the page that you want to make sure you add the title and description and tags for. So you go to home page, which is what we're editing. And then you go down to the bottom where it says advanced and click on advanced. So here you're going to put in a page title. So I like to do official, financial health mentor, and then official site, right? Because if anyone is trying to do anything similar, I want people to know that this is the official site for a financial health mentor, right? Even though I have another site out there, but this just so that when you're setting yours up, this is what you want to make sure that you make sure people know that they're on the official site and not some knockoff site. So your site title is important. So this appears in the browser heading or headline, so that when someone goes and types in and your site comes up in Google, you notice that the site title always shows up, and then there's a description that shows up. So that description, thing is, I don't know. I don't know if, in fact, how many characters that you have. Normally, this is not a whole lot of characters. So you want your first 2 lines to really grab their attention and really be impactful to make them want to click on the site and come on over and see what you have to offer. So So that is me, because my brand, I am the financial health mentor to the working class. So I want people to, when they see that as a description, whoa, what is a financial health mentor? Oh, he provides wealth building strategies for working class people. Most people who are searching the web are working class people. So I'm speaking to my target audience with everything that I do. That's why we talked about at the beginning, you want to identify your target audience before you really start getting into building your brand. So know what your target audience is so that you can speak their language and speak directly to them with everything that you're doing on your website. So I'm going to continue on, but that first 2 lines are important. I don't know how far or how many characters the description will allow you to have, but eventually it's going to cut off somewhere. That's why you want the bulk of your message to be right in those first few words to try to attract them to your website. So learn to overcome the Bam. So that's it. That is my description. So I'm going to show you if I can get it to index really quick. I'll show you what that looks like when someone searches and finds your site in the Google browser. And then the other thing that is really, really important is your meta keywords. What is your site about? And you want to at least have 5 to 7 keywords that you want people to associate your site with. So as they search, they're searching for these things. So for instance, one thing that I love to use is how to build wealth, because I've done my research. I know that people are searching on how to build wealth. All right. And then you put a comma, and then you put your next keyword. So I got how to build wealth, how to create wealth, wealth building strategies. Then of course myEcon. So when people are searching for myEcon, I want them to find my site, right? And then let's see, what is myEcon? Then let's do one more, how to join myEcon. All right, so those are the tags. So those are the 3 most important things. Footer codes and header codes, those are getting into a bit more of an advanced strategy on how you want your footers and headers to behave. So I don't have any footer or header codes to put in, but sometimes you can get some HTML code to make your headers and footers behave a certain way. Maybe you want a scrolling a header with the background image that you know, changes every 2 or 3 seconds. What are you? I'm lost for words, but you know, a slideshow header. Maybe you want a footer at the bottom that blinks, and so you can put the code in there to make all of that stuff happen. But that's advanced, even too advanced for me. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. But you definitely want your page title, a good description that describes what people will find when they come to your page, and what your tags are. So what do you want when people are searching? What are a few keywords that if people search on, you want your website to come up? And I'm guessing, I hate that, you know, there is no save button. So I think with Weebly, everything saves automatically once you finish typing. Cool. And then, so that's that. So, but again, you do this for every page. So if I went back to pages, okay, I have to go here. Go here, go to the About Us page. Go to Advanced. Now, I didn't do a really good About Us page, but I just threw something in there. But if I go to Advanced, so I do page title is Financial Health Mentor dash About Us. So that's the About Us page. That's what you want to come up to. And then your description is a little bit different, but you're still trying to catch people's attention. So that speaks to what you're going to learn when you go to that page. You're going to learn about the financial health, learn the practical wealth building strategies taught by the financial health mentor. and what got him on his journey to building wealth. So that speaks to the fact that they're going to learn a little bit more about me. So again, and I didn't do this on the first one, but guys, obviously you always want your brand as one of your keywords, because if someone goes and Googles you, your name or your brand, you want them to find you. So I'm branded as H Cortez, and then also, and caps doesn't matter in this, financial health mentor. And then, so you do, who is H Cortez? Now, this is things that people will be Googling to find more about you. And then, who is the financial mentor? So those are the kind of tags that you will put when people are trying to search for your About Us page. And then I would still put in my Econ H Cortez. So you can just load it up with the things that you know people are going to be searching on to try and find you. Again, do this on every single page, right? So if you do it as you're building pages, then you won't have to one day go back and say, dang, I got 25 pages on my website. I have to go back in and put in the metadata for all of those pages. You do that as you build your pages, and then you're set as you go, and then you don't have to come back and do it all in one page. So guys, forgive me if I'm looking over here, because that's where I see myself, and I think I'm talking to you when I look over here, but I'm talking to you when I look right here. So forgive me for that. And that's how you deal with your metadata. So last but not least, we're going to get out a piece of paper and a pen. And then we're going to go to the actual live site. And then we're going to make sure that through all of our pages, all of our buttons are doing what we want them to do. So I'm going to publish this so it is updated, and then I'll show you what I mean. And then you'll see what the end result looks like. All right, so let's go this again so I can get this out of here. All right, so I have the site set up, so I just need to refresh it. All right, guys, now obviously, if I wanted to put a lot more time into this thing, I definitely could. If I wanted to go to Fiverr.com, somewhere like that, and have them build me a custom banner and make the images look a lot more clean, because you can see these images are a little distorted, and that's okay. But if I wanted to spend $5 or $10, I could go to Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com, and pay a graphic designer to, do a banner. I know what the dimensions are, and I would just simply tell them what I want it to look like, and they could do that for me, and I'd have a professional graphic design for my banner. But I think this looks pretty clean, and it's okay for what we're doing, is just to have a presence online, and then you can later, as you continue to grow and develop, you can build on this. Even if you want to go and pay Weebly to have a professional site to and give you more bells and whistles and all that stuff, you certainly can. But for starters, for free, you can't get any better than this. So this is what our brand looks like. My picture, name of the website here, Financial Health Mentor, Building Wealth Has Never Been So Fun, which is my tagline. You'll see my menu is very simple. I have a home page, about page, contact page, and the blog, right? If you scroll down, you'll see that, again, I use a short header because I want this information above the fold. So the first thing they see when they come here, now obviously this isn't my welcome video. I would have a welcome video from YouTube plugged in right here. but I couldn't find mine for some reason. It may be time for me to do a new one anyway. But I have my welcome video here. So the first thing they see when they come to my page is a video. If they click on that video, then they're engaging and staying on my page because they're watching a video. And believe it or not, the length of time that people stay on your page determines how easy it is going to be for people to find you in the future. So you're trying to get people to stick and stay on your page when they come by, even if you're sending them there. But ultimately, we're building this page so that people can find us as they start searching for myEcon. There's my little description. Welcome to my site. My name is H Cortez, yada, yada, yada. But when they scroll down, you'll see that I was able to take these 3 elements and add. So I got another video right here that they can watch, Brian Bean, which is a peek and pass video, jobs versus business. If you want to know more about how to apply these strategies to build wealth, click the button below. So again, what I'm doing here is I got my pad and my pen, so I want to check and make sure that video plays. All right, so that video plays. That's a check. All right, I'm good on that. I'm going to come here and check and make sure that video plays. Should be the Brian video. Okay, that video plays, right? Then I want to go to my links. So here is the link here. I want to check to make sure that link, I have it set to make sure it opens in a new page. Why is it important that it opens in a new page? Because guess what? My website stays open. So that counts as time that people are spending on my website. So that link opened to a new page. And we're going to talk about this partner with me page here in a second. So it opened to the page that I want it to go to. So I'll close that for now. So that's working the way it should. All right. Then this link should also open to that same page, the partner with me page. And that's correct. So that's what I want it to do. And then you just continue to go through that and make sure your links are working properly and going where you want them to go. Credit restoration. All right. This should go to my credit restoration site. So I go there, I look in the URL, hcortez.myecon, bam, it takes them where I want them to go. So I'm checking all of that. And then if for some reason a link was not working, I just write that down, put a note, and then I'll go back and fix it. But it's better to go through the whole site, put all of your notes in, and go back and fix everything all at once. So, so for instance, here is something that I want to fix. This button is not centered. This button is centered. I like my buttons to be centered. So just take a note, center, credit, help, button. All right, so I just want to go back and I'll center that and get that fixed. But I want to also click on it and make sure it goes to the right place. Hcortez.myecon, credit restoration. That's where it wants. That's where I want it to go. So that's perfect. Bam. And then if you guys don't know, I do have a book at on Amazon.com. I took the same principles that we learned from myEcon and I wrote a book. It's not hard to do. That's something that we can train on, but that was part of my branding. Don't you think this gives me a little bit more authority when I'm talking about finances? If people see that I have a book out, and that's the whole purpose of me writing the book. It wasn't about me trying to sell the book, but I do have something that gives me a little bit more authority and more credibility. And then because I'm talking about finances, I was able to connect with a CPA that we have on our team, and he actually did the foreword of the book, which gives the book credibility when they see that the foreword is written by a CPA, and the book is endorsed by him as well. So I want to make sure that if they click on that picture, it goes to the right page. So yes, it goes to my free download page. They put in their email address, and yes, so good. That's where I want them to go to get a free copy of that book. And then down at the bottom, it tells me a little bit about the book, that the foreword was written by Eric Pierre, because so then I want to also link to Eric's site. So here, link to Eric's website. So that's something that I forgot to do. But I want to put a link right here to Eric's website, because I want them to go there and see that Eric Pierre is a real CPA. He has a real firm, Bedrock Assurance, and all of that stuff, because that's important. It gives me credibility. All right. And then I want to make sure the free download button actually goes where it's supposed to go. And it does. It goes to that page. Cool. So guys, you want to go through and get all of your pages set up. Now, if you notice down here at the bottom, it says get your free website. So this is why Weebly gives you a free site. It's because they're going to market to everybody who comes to your site. Now, if I pay their $14.95 or whatever it costs to upgrade my site, all of this would disappear. I can remove their branding. But most people don't scroll down that far, and if they do, so be it. This is a free site that gives me a strong presence. So I'm not worried about them having branding on my site. That's the cost of me doing business with them, is they give me a free site to brand myself. Since it doesn't cost me anything, they are also branding their site as well. So that's the trade-off that we're getting, and I don't have a problem with that. If I did, I'd pay the $14.95, right, to upgrade the site so their logos can be removed. But again, I told you that we would talk a little bit about the other page, which you see that page is not even here because I got it hidden from the menu, but that page is important, and here's why. So if I go back here and people want to learn more, all right, this page here is, we all are sending the 4-video link playlist, and that's via YouTube. But here's a problem when you send somebody to YouTube, right? If you send somebody to a video on YouTube, so I'm just gonna go back to my site real quick. So this is my channel, and then I do have the playlist somewhere. Let's see if we go to the playlist. And again, we talked about you guys having the playlist on your own site. You can have it on, use the link that I have where the playlist is on my site, but all of my contact information is in this. So that's the playlist. That's what we're sending as a full presentation, right? And if you go down into the description of the playlist, first thing you see is my website, so they can go opt in and to my website. And then if you continue to scroll down, you see my links and everything is in this description. So you don't want them to go and mess around and click on my link and join me. You want them to join you. So you want this link to be on your list. But here's the other thing that happens when you send people to YouTube. Look at all of these videos down the side of the YouTube page. Now, because it's my channel, I have a lot of videos out there on YouTube. A lot of these videos are mine. But guess what? June Collier, that's not my video, right? DJ Vlad, that's not my video. EMMC is not my video. So what I'm saying is there's a potential for people to get distracted when you send them over to YouTube. So what you can do with your free website is you create a page that's going to house the actual presentation. So on my Partner With Me page, it still is on my website, but now it has the full presentation embedded right here, the full 40 minutes video. And all I did was, because I'm branding myself, I put a little blurb in front of the video. So that video is just a thank you video. And then I take this video to tell them a little bit about my story. I edify Brian Bean and why they should take full notes on this presentation. And then it rolls right into the full presentation. When people want the full presentation, this is what I'm sending them, to a page like this. I don't send them to YouTube where they can be distracted. I want them to be right in a place that I have for them. And then again, we talked about the length of time that people stay on your site. If they go to this page, they are on my site and they are watching this video. And if they watch the whole video, then they stayed on my site for 42 minutes or something, 46 minutes, right? So that's powerful in building your brand, and that looks good to Google. They say whoever this financial health mentor is, whenever people go to his site, they stay on his site for a long time. So he must have some authority. So we're gonna boost his site to be shown in more and more search results. So that is very, very powerful. And all you do is create a separate page. I showed you how to create a page, embed these videos, and then you are good to go. And all I did when I went here is I created a link back to my own page and my own site, and which is also another good tactic for website optimization, because you want to be linking from different pages within the same site. So for instance, this page, this credit restoration page, links to a separate site altogether. This link links to another page within this site, and Google likes that. So when you want to have good search engine optimization, some of you guys may not even know what that is, but trust me, that's a good thing. So guys, that's it on building a free website. Building a free website. So I'm going to stop the screen share is what I was trying to do, so I can come back and talk to you. So that's it on building a free website. It's not incredibly hard to do at all. You will bump your head a few times in manipulating these different elements and trying to get things to look the way that you want them to look. And I wouldn't fight with that a whole lot on the front end. Just get it to look decent going forward. And then as you're studying other websites, and you're saying, you know what, I would like my website to look a little bit like that. And then if you got some extra time, go spend the time on getting that together. But again, understand, building a website is not working in your business. In this business, you're only working in the business when you're talking to people. So don't let this confuse you. Yes, I teach branding. I want you guys to build a solid brand and have that stuff running for you in the background, these videos working for you 24/7. But don't count this as working in your business. You need to be prospecting, peaking and passing, presenting, plugging people in, and promoting our next events. Those are the activities, the income producing activities that you are doing when you're working in your business. Yes, you can have a few minutes to work on your website. That stuff is cool. Just don't consider that an income producing activity. You have to be actually talking to people to get people involved in what it is that we're doing. So want to share this with you. Hopefully you guys see an opportunity to, or how easy it is to go ahead and build a free website using Weebly. The same is true for Wix. That's also a fairly easy platform to use and manipulate. I've used that one as well. So just pick one, take a few minutes to get something out there, just the main 3 pages, homepage, about me page, contact me page. If you want to do a blog page, you can. If you want to do a partner with me page, you certainly can. But don't make this complicated. Don't overthink it. Just get your brand out there. So as people are connecting with you and you're talking to them about money, then you want them to see that you have a professional brand and that you are serious about what it is that you're doing, and you're not just trying to get them into myEcon, but they want to follow somebody or join somebody in myEcon who can help them get the goals that they want to achieve. And when you have a solid brand out there, it shows your level of commitment to your brand and your business, and that lets them know that, hey, this is a person that's going to help me, because they are definitely serious about their business. They know their stuff, and that's someone I can rely on to learn how to build this business for myself. So remember, it's never about you. It's always about them and how you can solve their problems. So I'm H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. You're checking out how to build a free website using Weebly. Maybe I'll do a separate tutorial on how to use Wix. Some things are a little bit different, but it's primarily the same thing. So until I talk to you in the next video, get your money up, because you can do it. Peace.